Hello everyone, greetings from the dank basement. This is your wicked Uncle Squinty talking about Frieborg and Treyer Snuffs. Now, Frieborg and Treyer has an amazing history. They were, I believe, a high street tobacconist, and they became very famous for all kinds of tobacco products, pipe tobaccos, cigarettes, and yes, nasal snuffs. Now, Frieborg and Treyer is currently being made under license from Wilsons of Sharrow, or by Wilsons of Sharrow, I should say. They closed the shop in 1986, I believe, perhaps 84, and the brand name and snuff recipes, pipe tobacco recipes, and so on were all sold to an outfit called Imperial Tobacco. And sometime between then and now, Wilsons of Sharrow took over the manufacture and production of Frieborg and Treyer Snuffs. Some people say that they do not smell at all like the old F&Ts. Other people disagree. I don't know the answer to that. I don't remember the old Frieborg and Treyer, but I can tell you what I like and what I don't like right now, and that's the point of this video. I'm deliberately not snuffing for this, smoking the pipe instead. I don't want to confuse my nose or my faulty memory. First of all, let's start with the Frieborg and Treyers I do not particularly like and will never order again. That list includes, but is not limited to, Frieborg and Treyer patchouli. It is not that the patchouli smells like an unwashed hippie at a Grateful Dead concert. It is a very nice patchouli scent. Unfortunately, it is incredibly persistent in the nose. It will absolutely blind your nose to any other scent for the rest of the day. You take a couple of pinches of the patchouli, that is what you will smell. And it doesn't matter how frequently you blow your nose, whether you use saline, whatever. This is going out. It just hangs around too long. Second one from Frieborg and Treyer I do not particularly like is Bureau. Imagine that you have a whole box of different F&Ts and a big glass jar, and you just take all your F&Ts and dump them into the big glass jar. That's Bureau. It's not any one particular scent. It's just a whole shitload of florals, all sort of hodgepodge together. It's terrible. Makuba. I know I'm going to get some grief on this because a lot of people love the Makuba from Frieborg and Treyer. I'm not a big, give me all the roses you possibly can guy. It's fine. Rose is an okay adjunct. It's an okay scent. I do have a couple of rose snuffs I like very much, but the Makuba is not at all the traditional Makuba style, I don't think. I think it's a bad parody, and I really, really dislike it. There are a couple that I'm on the fence about, including right now Seville, I'm kind of on the fence about, and Prince's Special. Another one that deserves a negative from me is Dr. J.R. Justice. Again, you've got all the snuff blending expertise in the world. The best you can do is mix Bordeaux with Morlax. Wrong, bad, terrible. And finally, on my Frieborg and Treyer list that I really don't like is the aforementioned Morlax, Morlakes, Morlay. Depends on who you talk to. You're going to hear a different pronunciation. It smells essentially like old ladies' underwear, or an old lady's underwear drawer. Not that I've spent a lot of time sniffing old lady underwear or underwear drawers, or for that matter, old ladies' drawers, but that's what I imagine the smell would be like. It's Happy Smoking 100 Jake is a lot less charitable than I am. I'm not going to tell you how he describes the scent, but he doesn't like it either. It's just weak. Morlex is just weak. It's weak. It's not good. Now, my top 5, and this is in no particular order, so don't say you like HDT less than you like. No, but this is my top 5. All right, I'm going to relight the pipe here. Hang on. It is smoking just a little bit wet. Let's see if I can find... I got a mouthful of nasty, too. Oh, it's going to be my next record album title, my next CD, my next creative effort. I think I'm going to call it that. And I can't find... I guess all I can find for a pipe cleaner is one of these big honking fuckers. That's all right. Pardon my language. All right, the top 5. Obviously, high dry toast. While I think Wilson's Irish High Toast number 22 is its equal, I get a lot of disagreement about that, particularly from Kentucky Snuff. However, I will say that I think they're the same product. I think the Irish High Toast 22 and the what is now being sold as F&T High Dry Toast, I think they're the same thing. Or close. If they're not the identical product, they're very, very similar. But I love the High Dry Toast from Frieborg and Treyer. A new favorite, Prince's, which I absolutely love. Santo Domingo, fabulous. If you want that cigar leaf sort of scent. Not florally at all, really nice, little hint of tarmac. Oh, I should have mentioned in my dislike snuffs from Frieborg and Treyer, the Kendall Brown is terrible. Anyway, so back to the good list. HDT, as I said, really like the High Dry Toast, very much like the Santo Domingo. Love the Old Paris. Can't get enough Old Paris. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I do like the Bordeaux quite a lot. And I do think the Bordeaux is a little heavy on the floral for me. And again, I'm going to go ahead and put Seville in my top 5, even though I said I was on the fence about it. It's at the bottom, I guess, of my top 5, would be Seville. If you're going to try some Frieborg and Treyers, and if your tastes are similar to mine, and that's a pretty big if, but if your tastes are similar to mine, the Frieborg and Treyers I would recommend you start with would be, in no particular order, Old Paris, High Dry Toast, Bordeaux, Santo Domingo. I think I would at least have those 4. Ones I would avoid, at least for the time being, the Patchouli, the Morlax, the Dr. J.R. Justice, and the Bureau, certainly. Kendall Brown, probably. If you're a beginning snuffer, none of these are going to be tough to take, but you might not have, and this is going to sound snooty, so be it, you might not have a refined enough palate to appreciate many of the F&Ts. They are sophisticated snuffs, there's no doubt. They're beautifully crafted. They come in wonderful screw top tins, and they were doing screw top tins long before Toke or anybody else started using them. So kudos to them for being smart. This is the Princess. I'm going to take a bump of this, since I'm having a little trouble keeping my pipe lit. And it's sort of smoking juicy, and I just got a mouthful of nasty. Again, that's my CD title, Mouthful of Nasty, by Paul Shelburne, copyright 2014, all rights reversed. So yummy. Anyway, so that's my take on Frieborg and Treyer. I wish that I could find somewhere a time capsule with some vintage 1960 Frieborg and Treyer snuffs, still factory sealed. I would love to smell the way that these grand snuffs used to be, because I think they may have changed. I have no proof of that. I have no way of knowing. And since Wilson's of Sharrow keeps their recipes, their snuff formulas, so very secret, I guess the world will never know. From the dank basement, pipe in hand, and a smile on my face, this is your wicked Uncle Squinty Paul. As always, thank you for watching. Oh, and don't forget the contest. Huge drawing, big prizes, pipes, cigars, cigar cutters, pipe tools, all kinds of nasal snuff. Look for my contest rules video. I have to have your postcard entries no later than Halloween. Send them to Uncle Squinty, 320 Northwest 4th Street, Suite 200, Box 250, Faribault, Foxtrot Alpha Romeo, India Bravo Alpha, Uniform Lima Tango, Minnesota, abbreviated Mike November, 55021 USA.